here we were thinking that Ampharos, correct? A pretty low Mega, right?
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was AM. See, I swear I put the AM in there. All right, so I'm gonna hit Mega Ampharos, and it's gonna get. I already know what item I got to put on it, so I'm just gonna jump into that. Ampharos sight is going on it. So the reason that Ampharos gets Ampharos sight is because we're doing a Mega Ampharos. I think that's its only way to be viable in combat at all. Correct? If you don't Mega this thing, it's useless, right? Or no?
It's really tricky if it's not Mega. So I think it's the best way to get him use.
Okay, so let's put the level at 50, like we usually do. Let's go level 50, and let's see if they got the shiny Sprizz on there. Shiny Spree? Oh, yeah.
Oh, nice.
Oh, that pinky, purpley Ampharos hurt me, girl. So there's a Mega Ampharos. Actually looks pretty cool. I think I like that with the white hair. It looks pretty cool. And we got Ampharos sight on it because I think that's the only way you're going to be able to run it. And anything else? Anything you want to say about Ampharos before we get into the stats, Verlis?
I think everyone has had like if they've played all the gens before. If you played silver or gold version, everyone had an Ampharos on their team. Is how I feel about it.
Okay, why is that? Is it what did the gem buff? Special attack
I mean,
or something?
you just kind of run into a Mareep, and then you kind of really need to have something strong like that.
Okay.
It's the good electric type that everyone kind of rounds their team out with, I feel.
So everyone, I am fabulous.
I was going to get to that too. It's also how can you not put something that beautiful,
that's true,
that fabulous, that outrageous on the list? It would have to be there.
It's got to go on the list. It's got to be on the field. You just take it for style points, instant win. It's instant style points win. You just throw it. Everyone should just have a style team with like Ampharos on it, and who else is like a cool looking Pokemon to throw on a style team. You just do it for style points. That's it. Not even because you want to win. But
that'd be a good one to come up with.
Yeah, I know I've seen some really funny ones. Little Elekid on there with that giant. Those spikes look good. Anyway, let's jump back into it. Thing that everyone always talks about, and I'll mention it first, of course. This Pokemon is slow as hell. It doesn't move. Yeah. So what kind of nature are we going to give this Pokemon? We're obviously not going to buff its speed. So
I would go with the modest nature.
Okay. So Verlis is liking modest, which gives it that special attack buff and minuses the attack, because this is a it even does have pretty decent attack, but obviously with a special attack like that, you want to go with it. So
no investment, 400 special attack. Dang.
Yeah.
Some good stuff.
So that's it's pretty strong. It notice how when I changed the nature, it gave a buff to special attack and a negative to attack. So it sounds like we're not going to put any attack moves on this. Where are we spreading out these EVs?
Well, you can give him everything to health. For starters.
Really? So you want this thing to take a hit then?
Yeah, you want it to be like he can turn around, dish out a super strong move.
Okay. Cool. Does that mean that we go 252 in special attack, or do we put any into
It depends on how you want to
D?
play it. I was thinking about running my Ampharos a bit more defensive.
Okay, so what kind of build is that?
Defenses and special defense about evenly.
All right, so it sounds like we might have to go about 200 here.
Yeah.
And a little bit less actually, so maybe like a 180, 180 there, and then right about there is good. Or do you like special defense a little bit more on this?
I think the defense is good because ground moves might be a problem.
Okay, so a 148 and a 140, they're balanced here. Would you rather go stronger defense because of a ground move, or is that good?
I would keep him like that.
Okay, so
that's pretty good.
So Verlis, again, I know I've said this a couple times, likes to balance out Pokemon sometimes, doesn't always go for the 252 play. It sounds like you're already content with it having such a high special attack that you wanted to kind of give it a little bit of an ability to take one and dish it out, like you said.
Yeah.
So do we stick with Mold Breaker, or is it stuck with Mold Breaker?
He's stuck with Mold Breaker, but that's pretty awesome to have.
Okay, so let's see. This Pokemon's moves ignore the target's ability if it could modify the effectiveness. So if it uses something that will stop the effectiveness of that particular move, then you're going to hit through it?
Such as like if the opponent had Levitate, you could use Earthquake on it, kind of idea.
Really? Hits right through that. That's actually really interesting. So that's cool. So let's see. Where do we start with the moves on this beautiful Mega Ampharos.
Yes.
This
Well,
gorgeous Pokemon.
I was trying to look at him for his defensive qualities because he is one of few Pokemon that gets Cotton Guard.
Cotton Guard, okay, Cotton
See,
Guard.
I'm trying to figure out how to make him as tanky setup as possible.
Okay. So Cotton Guard. Boost the user's... What? You boost the user's defense by 3? That's stupid. That's a real thing? That's a move that exists in the world? Holy crap, dude. That is a huge stat buff. 3 stages. I've never even seen a 3-stage buff. That's crazy. What else do you like to rock on this
You
Ampharos?
can't run electric type without Thunder Wave.
What's a Thunder
Try to
Wave?
get them closer to your level of speed as well.
Yes, of
very
course.
useful.
So Thunder Wave, we're going to paralyze the target. All right, what else do we got on Ampharos here?
That's when you just start looking into like offensive power. He gets Discharge if you're in double battles, or
Okay.
just a good Thunderbolt if you're looking for your straightforward electric type move.
Okay, so Discharge, it's an 80 power. Does it hit 2, or does it only hit the 1 and then it gives a 30% chance to paralyze the Pokemon next to it?
Discharge will hit everything, so
Uh-huh.
you have to make
Oh,
sure you're
even-
next to a ground type, so you need to have your Pokemon be
Okay.
safe.
So Discharge is just hits it all. That's it.
Yes.
Okay, and it'll and then it also adds paralyze to any of those Pokemon. So you need a ground type because you do not want to paralyze your teammate.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's an important thing to remember, guys. If you're using this attack, again, it's called Discharge. It's very strong, actually, and you just got to be careful, especially against flying types. This is a great move. Water types, it's a great move. If someone leads like with a Greninja and something else, it's a GG for that. As long as you can, I guess you wouldn't outspeed it, but if it sticks to water type or doesn't leave, then it's in big trouble. What else do we finish it off with? Just a Thunderbolt, or
You could put one of two things I've been looking into
Okay.
for him. Signal Beam. That way you
Signal.
have type coverage against ground types for opponents.
10% chance to and a 10% chance to confuse the target. So that's pretty nice. It's a bug move. So he doesn't get stab on it, but still with that special attack, it's a pretty strong.
Yeah, you have just something else in case they're ground, or if they're dark type, you can really hit them hard.
Okay, yeah. So it is always nice to diversify your move set because you don't want a one-trick pony in here. You don't want a Pokemon that goes like, I hope something shows up that I can zap, or
Yeah.
you're going to be in big trouble.
No ground types, please.
What's up? No ground types, please.
No ground types, please.
Yes. So what else were you thinking on
You could
Discharge?
give him. Well, you could also give him Dragon Pulse because when he Mega Evolves, he does become a Dragon type.
Instead of really instead of Signal or instead of Signal, or
Signal Beam.
instead of Signal. So there's also, all right, mouse. Instead Dragon, Dagron Pulse, Dragon Pulse. So then that'll add stab. It's a pretty powerful attack. So that's
Yeah.
nice too. I feel like.
Thing's really strong.
So if you're only going to run one dragon on your team, that's a good thing to have to counter dragons. But a lot of people I definitely have seen with multiple dragon type Pokemon on a team. So if you have another dragon type, you might want to just either run Dragon Pulse on that, or Gumi is nice with a Dragon Pulse, or there's some other Pokemon that are nice with a Dragon Pulse. So having a bug move, if you're missing a bug move, that's really nice to have on this Ampharos. Was there anything else? Some people are saying Power Gem,
Power
but
Gem.
yeah, I haven't seen it with a Power Gem, but let's see. Are gems? I thought gems were not available. Is a Power
Power
Gem
Gem is
available?
a move.
Oh, Power. Oh, that's right. Yeah, the one that's like. Phew, I remember. I know. It's
It's
the.
a special rock type move, which makes it pretty unique.
Let's see. Sorry, that's right. Because you can't change the item type. I was getting confused because of gems. What would you replace with a Power Gem?
You could have Dragon Pulse or Power Gem. I would like to keep a Discharge or a Thunderbolt personally.
Okay, so Power Gem, 80 attack power, no additional effect, just doesn't really do anything, but it's rock and it hits hard.
Yes.
Why a rock move for fire type coverage? For what? Why are we running a rock move here? Why would you think, Verlis? Why does the
I
chat
would
think
say
that Power
the
Gem's so strong?
fire type coverage because now you can just decimate Charizard.
Okay.
Now you can decimate a lot of fire flying combos or just
Yeah.
fire flying Pokemon in general.
That's true. That's true. There's a lot of things you see. Like you're gonna see a lot of Talonflames. You're gonna see a lot of Charizards. What is there anything else that's fire flying? I know that I'm trying to
I'd
think.
say those guys are like the ones you need to look out for.
Yeah, those are the ones you see the most, and so that's an instant kill on either of those two. I don't think there's anything that can protect it. Even like even a screen setup is not going to reflect or light screen or whatever. Reflect is for special, right?
Yes.
And okay, so even with a reflect, I feel like you might be able to drop definitely a Talonflame.
Reflect is for physical, light screen special.
Okay, sorry. So even with a light screen, I feel like you can drop a Talonflame with a power gem hit with that 4 times effectiveness. So it's pretty good.
It'll still be 2 times effective with 400 special.
Oh, Moltres. People are saying Moltres too, because I believe that you might. I don't know.
Volcarona gets destroyed as well.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Volcarona, because Volcarona, although it looks like a bug, is fire flying type.
Fire bug, I thought.
Right? Oh, is it fire bug? For some reason, I thought it was fire flying. Is rock strong against bug as well?
Yes.
Okay, so it's fire bug then, right? Not fire flying. Fire bug. Okay, my bad. That's where I got confused. It's flying. You know, it is flying, so I always get confused. Is it bug? Is it flying? But I always know that it's fire. So either way, rock is a pretty good diverse move to run on Ampharos. Do you like power gem better, or what? Whatever fills out your team is probably the right call.
It's one of those what your team needs kind of ideas. And also, so this is pretty much like your physical wall kind of idea. You can come into something, you can Cotton Guard up, and you can become a tanky Pokemon that can use Thunder Wave, kind of Thunderbolt, Power Gem, Dragon Pulse, whatever you have. Just kind of start putting out some damage.
Okay. But it is slow. Is there something you do to remedy this slow? Is that always just Thunder Wave? Is that's why it's a must? Do you need to outspeed it, or?
Well, one thing you could do is you could, instead of having Cotton Guard, if you don't want to go tanky, if you want to be a bit more reckless, you can set up an agility on him.
Is that a move? Is it agility? Oops.
Agility, it doubles your speed.
Boosts user speed by 2. So that's interesting. You could run agility right in the beginning and then get a little bit faster. I don't know.
Yeah, and then you could also have, instead of Thunder Wave, Dragon Pulse, just kind of coverage out after you have agility.
Okay, so just go with a lot more coverage. Then you can just be a coverage special attacker. So that's 2 different ways to build this Ampharos. I personally
need to change your EVs around, throw in some more speed, balance things. But yeah, that's the idea.
Yeah, you might want to give yourself special attack at this point then, because you're going for an offensive build here, right? Or do you still kind of keep some defense?
I wouldn't worry about defense, because if you get that agility off safely by trying to stay a 2-hit KO, you're going to have some pretty good speed bulk, and now you have just a huge special attack.
Okay, so those are 2 different ways to run it. I think I like the other way personally, which was running it more tanky with Cotton and being able to take a couple hits and already having that kind of base strength. Yeah, of course. This is a great, could be a great Trick Room Pokemon, because its base speed is about as low as you can go. In fact, this is one of the slowest Pokemon I think I've ever seen, 45. That's brutal. But yeah, so this is a good Trick Room Pokemon. But yeah, any other thoughts on Ampharos? Did you place it already? You think it's low on your? High on your list as in close to 100, but low as in not that great.
Not that great.
Making the top 100 out of 700 is pretty good, but yes, what were you?
Because of the way that Megas are, and so many, you're only allowed 1, and so many are better than him. He's just one of those fun Mega Pokemon you can have if you just want to really have the most fabulous Pokemon on your team.
Yes, of course. If you just not as beautiful as you.
The mullet is what gets him at least in the top 100.
You should. I feel like a team should. I feel like if you're in VGC, it should be a rule that you must at least instantly faint one of your Pokemon once you see Ampharos. He just faints from the beauty. You just oh my god!
Beauty.
Yes, Ampharos. Oh, much hair. Wow.
Much hair. So wow.
Yeah, much hair. Such Pokemon. Wow. So yeah, that's an Ampharos right there, guys. 2 different ways to run it. Again, if you're checking this out on YouTube, guys, please don't forget to follow and check out both of our channels. Mine is Thejustinflynn, and obviously Verlis down there is Verlisify. You can see both of our links at the bottom. I will